It's also my hope that this series will actually do the same. Will inspire young people, many of you that are here tonight. Actually, we're all young at some level, right?
Uh-huh.
Lifelong readers. If you're not a lifelong reader, uh, that's really part of the intention of this, is to share the joy of reading for pleasure.
Oh.
And believe it or not, there's a lot of benefits, but we don't want to talk about the benefits of reading for pleasure too much with the kids, because then they'll think it's something like having to take vitamins, and they won't want to do it. So it's mostly just a lot of fun. That's to the real star, Benjamin Fife, or I know him as Ben, who is the professional audiobook narrator. Now that's what he does for a living, and I grabbed him at the perfect time just before he quit his day job to go pro. And tonight we're going to pick up the story early on Saturday morning, the following morning, as Zach bicycles back to the animal hospital as Rakit had instructed him. And here we pick up the story read tonight by our professional audiobook narrator, Ben Fife. Turn it over to you, Ben.
Hide your bike in that clump of trees. I'm sure it will be okay, Rakit ordered. Not so much as a good morning, how are you? Zach thought. Here I get up hours before I normally do to meet her to go on some crazy escapade, and she doesn't have the decency to even say hello. Grumbling under his breath, he did as he was told, pushing the bike deep into the woods. His bike was one of his treasured possessions, and he didn't want anyone to see it from the parking lot. He laid it flat on the soft pine straw floor to make it harder to see. As he turned around, he found himself staring eyeball to eyeball with the biggest, blackest dog he had ever seen. Although Zach was not usually afraid of animals, the sudden appearance, coupled with the monstrous size of the beast, unnerved him, and he stumbled back a few steps. His back heel caught on his bike's tire, and he lost his balance, finally coming to rest on his rear. Despite the pine straw, the fall jarred him down to his teeth. He sat there stunned, half expecting the dog to leap for his throat. Instead, the dog stood his ground, staring at Zach with sad brown eyes. I'm so sorry. Did I frighten you? The dog asked in a deep bass voice that rumbled like the sound of distant thunder. The dog towered over him. Its thick, shaggy black fur glistened in the morning sun. Somehow it seemed to Zach he should be getting used to talking to animals by now, but he was astonished by the dog's speech as he had been by Rakit's, especially the somewhat aristocratic accent of the hulking dog. He didn't know what to say, so he said nothing, just sat there with what he knew must have been the dumbest look on his face. The dog took a couple of steps toward him, then stopped and sat down, extending his paw as he did so. Samson's the name. You must be Zach, is that right? Slowly, Zach stood up and cautiously shook the huge paw as he gazed into a set of the saddest brown eyes he'd ever seen. Yeah, that's right. I'm Zach, he answered with a waver to his voice. I didn't hear you behind me. Oh, yes, I can be very quiet when I want to be. It's part of Rakit's training. It's second nature now. I do apologize. I imagine it was quite a fright. Zach found the dog's concern comforting. I think I'm going to like you, Samson, he thought. At least you're not as ornery as Rakit. Oh, it's all right. I'm sure I've had worse scares, Zach answered in a firmer voice. And I dare say you'll have many more before this mission is completed, Samson warned. Oh, I wish you hadn't said that, Zach groaned. Still, I imagine you might be right. What's going on in there? Rakit called from the edge of the trees. I asked you to hide your bike, not bury it. Come on, we've got work to do. Samson chuckled, although to Zach it sounded more like a bowling ball rolling into the gutter. She's such an impatient cat. Never known her to take it easy. Always go, go, go. I suppose we shouldn't keep her waiting. After you.